Sliding no bend, now I'm feeling like Venom. I told her kick it, back him, squeezing a Mac, lemons, walk down, boy.
It's the dark skin savers, my neighbor. Hey man, today's video we got the anime created. This anime created a murderer in Japan.
That's crazy.
Let's check it out, man.
What?
Yeah, that is
What
crazy.
anime y'all watching, bro?
That's crazy.
Anime out here killing.
That's like GTA making murders in America, bro.
I mean, that happened too.
That happened?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that definitely happened.
There's people that wanted to do.
That's crazy.
Man, there's YouTubers creating murder. But hey, man, let's get into it.
In 2018, the first episode of a sports anime called Tsurune airs on television.
A sports
People
anime?
all over Japan become quick fans of this show. It is about a young man who loses his passion for archery. Episode 5 airs on television, and there's a particular scene that plays for about 2 minutes and 25 seconds that you can easily find on YouTube. The scene features two of the characters that go into a grocery store buying discounted meat. In the grand scale of the story, this scene doesn't really particularly play a big part in it and can be easily forgotten by most casual users. However, if you do manage to find this on YouTube, the first comment that you'll probably see is that this tends to be the darkest scene in anime. And they were right. Little would anyone have known while watching this episode that 8 months later after its release, this simple 2-minute and 25-second innocent scene would have been the catalyst for the anime industry's darkest moment in its entire history.
That's
and
crazy.
in Japan's modern history.
Damn.
Is that bad, bro? What was in the anime?
8 months after.
I mean, nigga, it was innocent at first until it became.
Yeah, it became dark when somebody acted on it.
It became.
What
dark.
really happened in the anime, though?
Fire for the anime. I don't know. Huh? Hold on, what that shit say? So a viewer of the show sets fire to the animation studio that created it. So somebody that watched the show set fire on the building. On the animation building.
That created
Yeah,
that.
that made that anime. That's crazy. That's the animation studio? That shit look like the perpetrator yelled die to all the staff. Damn, bro, it's that deep, bro? Well, I poured gasoline on them and lighting them on fire. Yo! The animation became targets to the worst mass murder in Japan. Damn. Over an anime, bro?
And that's another building right there.
I think that's the same joint.
Oh, that's another one.
That's the same one.
Is it?
Hey friends, Taki Ears, and today I wanted to discuss something about an event that I'm sure many of us remember from 2019 when a very famous animation studio,
Damn,
Kyoto
2019?
Animation, which is responsible for many anime films and anime series that we all know and love, was unfortunately victims at the hands of a man named Shinji Alba, who was an arsonist that went into the studio, poured gasoline, and took the lives of over 36 of its staff members, making this one of, if not the worst mass murder in not only the anime industry, but in Japan's modern history. Now, again, this happened in 2019, and many of you may be wondering, why am I making a video about it so many years later? That is because as of January 2025, this year, this chapter has been officially closed due to some updates, and I figured that now that it's officially closed, that I explain some things that I was researching of the motivation behind the attack up to what was going on behind the scenes, and some conversations that were going on between the arsonist and some people that were around the case. So let's just go into the very beginning with Shinji Alba and what drove him to do what he did. So Shinji Alba was a crazed otaku who was obsessed with anime, and he submitted a novel to a competition that is run by Kyoto Animation, where they look for several people all around Japan to submit novels and to submit ideas that could potentially be part of their projects, whether it be anime series or films. And according to Shinji Alba, he decided to submit his novel into this competition.
Oh, they stole this shit?
And they probably didn't pay for it.
Called
That's what I'm
Tsurune.
thinking.
And I personally have never seen this anime, but there's apparently a scene that is about 2 minutes and 25 seconds long, where there are two characters at a grocery store buying discounted meat. Now, when I first saw the scene, to be honest, there's not really anything anything in this scene that stuck out to me. It's really just two kids that are buying discounted meat, and it's a very basic kind of conversation that doesn't last very long in the anime, and it's actually very forgettable. But unfortunately, the man Shinji Alba would disagree heavily. He was convinced that this specific scene was taken from his anime, which infuriated him
I
so
thought so.
much that he wanted to take out his frustrations and resentment on Kyoto Animation and everyone in it. Now, this next part will go into the graphic detail of what happens. Alba buys 40 liters of gasoline from a gas station.
Can we see his
2 days
novel, though?
before the attack. He
Yo,
orders
this
cars to
nigga.
transport the gasoline in 2 large containers. He bought lighters and kitchen knives, which were possibly used for
Bro, it's just crazy to me how, bro, niggas be doing all these planning shit, and everybody just be living that life like, oh yeah, just a normal dude, man, just
walking
chilling.
past, yeah.
But whole this nigga got a whole
Plan.
in his brain trying
Whole
to blow up
vendetta,
a
bro.
fucking building. Just like the Vegas shooter, nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga was just, oh yeah, he was just in the
might have
casino just
walked
playing
past you
games.
like 5
Bro, that
minutes
nigga
ago.
literally was gambling. That nigga literally
Yeah,
gambled for a little
nigga
bit.
went to a concert, came back, bro.
Nigga went upstairs, bro.
Nigga had niggas bring him snipers, all kinds of shit.
It's crazy
all the way
because nigga,
upstairs.
he got a lot of his bags delivered to his door by people. Like,
Yeah, by
niggas
people,
was
and they don't
carrying
even
his
know.
weapons, don't even know what's inside his bags, bro.
Like, boy, niggas be looking like normal ass civilians, bro.
large containers. He bought lighters and kitchen knives, which were possibly used for self-defense or further attacks. Now, around 10:30 a.m., on July 18, 2019, Alba arrived at Kyoto Animation Studio 1. He forced his way through the front entrance where many employees were working. Upon entering, he shouted the word "die" and started pouring gasoline around the lobby. Alba ignited the gasoline using a lighter. The gasoline vaporized rapidly, causing a fireball explosion and engulfed the entire first floor almost instantly. The fire spread up the stairwell due to the chimney effect, trapping many employees on the upper floors. Many employees tried to run upstairs but got trapped due to the rapid spread of fire and smoke. 36 people lost their lives, with many found near the stairwells
Bro,
and
I'm
windows
running through that
where they
fire,
tried to
nigga.
escape. 33 others were injured, including severe burns and respiratory injuries. Alba himself suffered third-degree burns but survived. Some people who were near the back exit managed to escape before the fire blocked the way. Those on higher floors attempted to break windows and jump, while others collapsed from smoke inhalation. Only a few employees survived on the third floor by reaching the rooftop, but the fire consumed most of the building before others could escape. Alba was arrested after months of medical treatment and later sentenced to death in January 2024. Kyoto Animation lost decades of talented animators, including industry veterans and young rising stars.
So they be sending people to death.
Over there.
And then we watch a show recently just now about, isn't it a Japanese show, story too?
Yeah,
about
man.
a couple of kids taking this girl's life, bro. They're Japanese and they just walking scot-free.
Yeah, the Junko Futurama.
Are you freaking serious, bro?
Yeah, they didn't count that as murder. That's why they didn't count as murder.
Bro, that is, oh man.
I don't even know they do death sentence over there.
Yeah, bro, the fact that they actually do that, that's why I'm like shocked that, what? They do that, but without all the show, they just,
Isn't it crazy how like while they taking care of they took care of this dude because he looked like he was in the hospital, right? They was fixing him up just to send his ass to a death sentence. Like you might as well just let the nigga.
let's fix you up real quick.
Let's give you all the thing you
can
need.
fuck you up a little
Yeah,
bit.
get him right. You know what I'm saying? Give him everything you need. Oh yeah, he gonna send it to you to go. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go die real quick. Let's go.
Man, y'all waste the resources.
Studio later rebuilt and continued producing anime, honoring those who lost their lives.
That's
now, during
crazy,
the
bro.
investigation, one of the most interesting things that happened through this was that Kyoto Animation was looking through their submissions for the competition, and turned out that Shinji Alba never actually submitted his novel into the competition, leading a lot of the people from Kyoto Animation wondering how did he make this claim that we took his idea if his idea was never submitted in the
What
first
the
place,
fuck is he
which
talking about?
led to detectives kind of determining that he was just stuck in his own delusions and somehow convinced himself that
He
Kyoto
submitted.
Animation stole his idea anyway and thought that this was worth taking people's lives over. Also, in 2020, Kyoto
Bro,
Animation made a statement regarding the writing contest and how it would be put off for the time being. But since then, there hasn't been any signs that it's going to be held again. However, Kyoto Animation still has a comic contest for their fans to still participate in. Now again, this is a very long and drawn out trial due to also the treatment for Shinji Alba's wounds. And during this, it actually turns out that there were some private conversations between him and the doctor who was treating him that I kind of wanted to read out to you guys.
ちょっと嫌な気はしましたけど、もしかしたらと思ったら、まあやっぱりそうだ。犠牲になられた方、ご家族と被害に遭われた方とそのご家族のためには、まあ死に逃げさせてはいけない。
not let him escape there.
もうその思いが強くって、もう絶対容疑者を死なしちゃいけない。もうそれだけです。
Alba underwent multiple skin graft surgeries and under treatment for around 4 months. Dr. Ueda visited him every few months for treatments. Unlike in the hospital, however, Ueda was unable to have even simple conversations with Alba in the detention center, where officers accompanied him. As the trial was set to begin, Dr. Ueda told Alba something he had really wanted to say. You may face harsh and difficult things ahead, but don't look away. Face them. Alba didn't give a clear response. The trial then begins in September. While treating the patient, Dr. Ueda could not directly ask him about the incident, but he now understands why Alba said during the treatment, quote, I'm not worthy of living. Have you ever been betrayed? Taking lives is absolutely unforgivable, even if you were betrayed. Now, the following that you're about to hear is a conversation between Shinji Alba and the families of the victims during the trial. I am the mother of a female employee who died. There's something I want to confirm once more. When you poured gasoline, 2 female employees said, What? There's no mistake about that. One of the female employees you saw is likely my daughter. You poured gasoline all over the place, but did you see whether it got on the 2 women? No, I did not. You poured it with such force that it splashed on surrounding employees. I think it probably did. When you shouted, die, were you addressing all the employees, including my daughter? That is correct. My daughter, who burned to death, had just joined the company and was assigned to Studio One in June, only a month before the incident. She joined after the anime you claimed was plagiarized was already created. Did you ever consider that employees like her would be there? I'm sorry, I didn't think that far ahead. Alba believed that he was interacting with a female director at Kyoto Animation through an anonymous message board on 2chan, and he developed a one-sided romantic attachment to her. However, after being mocked on the board as a fist by the supposed female director, he became reckless and further claimed that despite his novel being rejected from the Kyoto Animation Awards, the company and the female director had stolen his ideas, which led him to commit the crime. You mentioned hesitating before committing the crime and feeling pains of conscience. Did you not think about the victims at all? My mind was entirely consumed with my own 10 years of suffering. I didn't have the mental space to consider the victims. What exactly do you mean by pangs of conscience? Since I was going to do something of the scale, naturally, significant people were going to die. Did you ever consider things from the victim's perspective? Let me ask you in return. When someone steals from you, do you stop to consider them?
But nobody stole
Right
from
now,
you,
you are
nigga.
not in a position to ask questions. I was called a rapist. Does Kyoto Animation not feel anything about that? Before your 2012 convenience store robbery, you considered suicide. What did you mean in your online post when you wrote about, quote, disappearing? It meant cutting all human ties and starting over somewhere else. That was never an option for you before you committed this crime? Are you telling me to hurry up and die? Did you truly have those feelings inside of you? I must have, or else I wouldn't have written that. Yet, instead of disappearing, you committed the crime. Does that mean your grudge against Kyoto Animation was stronger? I believe I did my best to prevent the worst case scenario. Why did you think you could win the Kyoto Animation Award by submitting your novel? Someone who seemed like a top editor on 2chan responded with, quote, I've seen something amazing, and even asked how I would use the prize money. That made me believe I would win. Did you ever consider that work might not be good enough? No, I didn't. How did you feel when no one read your work on a novel submission site? It's not about whether the work is good enough. On those sites, gaining views depends on having a fan base and building connections with them, rather than creating something high quality. You were an experienced 2chan user. Did you know that that platform has a lot of impersonators? Yes, I used to use it. You said you were certain that the female director was personally responding to you. Did you ever suspect that it was just an impersonator tricking you? On 2chan, there's a term called trolling. When you accuse someone directly, they tend to dismiss it if they're a real person. Since she responded in that manner, I was sure it was her. I think it's quite clear to everyone who heard this trial that Alba's sympathy extended the length of a teaspoon.
られたとかっていうような言葉も使ってたような、自分が悪いんじゃなくて、なんかこう被害者的なものの言い方をしてたように聞こえました。
Even after
Man,
taking so many lives from Kyoto Animation and hearing the families, Alba remained convinced that he was still in the right and the victim in all of this. Now, on a separate
But he
article,
never submitted his
I reviewed
shit.
the apology that was read by Shinji Alba in court. I can only say I'm sorry. I take the incident seriously, but to be honest, I can't deny that I often turn a blind eye to the magnitude of what I did. I think I should pay for my crime with that. Now, at this point, it's 2023, and reading that apology, it doesn't sound like that Shinji Alba at this point was really accepting what he did fully. It didn't really seem like he was grasping the magnitude of what he did.
Yeah,
I
I
think a
think
lot of that probably is thanks to the doctor pushing him. It might have been very possible that Shinji Alba would have not given any sort of apology at all. Before setting the animation studio on fire, Alba had apparently hesitated, wondering whether he should proceed with the attack. Ueda imagines Alba must have reached to that fateful day while bottling up his worries. Now, the following is the last thing that the doctor says with Shinji Alba. What if I had told you not to commit the crime? The doctor asks during treatment. Alba then replies, I don't think I would have done it.
京都アニメーション放火殺人事件の裁判で京都地
So
裁
he
は
just
先
needed
ほど
somebody to tell
青
him
葉
to
真
stop.
司被告に対し死刑判決を言い渡しました。
Shinji Alba, at 46 years old, was sentenced to death in January 2024 by the Kyoto District Court as sought out by the prosecution. He was convicted of murdering 36 people and attempting to murder 34 others in the arson attack at the studio in Kyoto on July 2019. However, immediately, Shinji Alba's legal team decided to push back and request for the judge to reconsider, claiming Shinji Alba as insane and not in the right frame of mind.
That's not working,
during the
Doug.
attack. This added over a year's worth of more tedious and scheduled trials.
1 year later. So they try to help this nigga. Sandro withdrew his appeal for death sentence, thus accepting his fate. And his death sentence is finalized by the court. Yep, they got Mike up. His reason for withdrawing was never disclosed. He knows he wasn't going to
Now
win
let's
it.
go back to what the doctor said to Shinji Alba in private. He said, you may face harsh and difficult things ahead, but don't look away. Face them. Would you say that the doctor's words might have gotten to Shinji Alba? That maybe he's taking some sort of responsibility by accepting the death penalty and getting what he deserves? If this doctor really could have affected Shinji Alba to accept the death penalty, who's to say that maybe in a different time or a different life with the right person, somebody else could have convinced Shinji Alba to not do what he did and commit this heinous crime? I'm really
That's what I
glad
was
that
saying. I was
justice
thinking that
actually
too,
was
but-
served here. And as for the victims' families, I really do hope that they have found some peace in this world through all of this. And I also praise Kyoto Animation that they've managed to come back from all of this and stand up on their own 2 feet, still giving us some really great anime. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to check out some more content like this, I have made a few videos about true crime and other dark parts about Japan, if you guys want to check that on my channel. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
That's crazy. Y'all murking niggas over enemy, though?
Fuck no. I wouldn't work a nigga over nothing, bro. Unless I had to defend myself, nigga.
That's crazy.
That nigga said, man, y'all stole my shit, dog. They ain't
It's
even
like-
never submitted that shit.
Yeah, it's like I knew where this was going, bro. Like, and it's just the fact that he didn't even submit that shit is crazy, bro. And then just kill people from the freaking.
Bro, you ain't even go in. You can at least go in there, hey. If you feel like they stole your shit, you can at least go in there, hey, y'all stole my shit. You know what I'm saying?
And talk about it.
And show him the part. They ain't even show us his novel, nigga. I didn't even know what the fuck they stole from it.
That fucking 2-minute scene.
You should at least be like, hey, you guys, you can accuse them, nigga, like, hey, I'm gonna sue you guys, you stole my shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but nigga,
Not
think
just
about it
that,
though. You can't even sue him because it's like, nigga, you're uploading it to a public, like it's like you're putting it in the public, like,
Yeah.
it's not like something that's like, oh yeah, like
Yeah.
you gotta sign. You're literally basically putting your ideas out there, like
Yeah.
for niggas to take.
To use.
Yeah. Sound like your shit branded or some shit.
Yeah, it's like nigga, you make your fan like you said, nigga. You get fans based off of like nigga. You grow a community based off of like if they really like your shit. Like somebody could easily just read your shit, take it, and you know what I
That's
mean.
crazy.
Why the fuck would somebody want to steal a fucking grocery fucking store scene or some shit from your novel? Like, nigga.
And then you upload it to their site, like
Yeah,
you the
like-
one that uploaded to their site, like basically giving them ideas.
Yeah,
Because nigga, there's a site that they literally have people upload their ideas,
yeah,
and you know for their upcoming animes and
yeah.
like what did you like, nigga? Even if they did do it, it's like nigga,
Nah, if they stole all his shit though.
nigga. Even if nigga, you're still uploading your shit
Yeah.
to a site where it's literally like using ideas. Like, bro, if they wanted to take your whole shit,
Yeah.
you're giving them rights to that because nigga, you literally are
giving
uploading
them
it like
ideas.
you're literally putting it on a place where it's like nigga, they want ideas.
They're gonna read it.
Yeah, like nigga, you don't think these niggas literally read it?
That's what I'm saying.
Like nigga, and he probably felt like, okay, nigga, well,
Yeah,
you
I
used
took
my
my
idea,
shit.
nigga, where's my money? You know what I mean?
That's
So
what I'm
it's like,
saying. You could have went in there. The whole like R word J. I don't know what that is, but it's like he claimed somebody on the company was like calling him a R word nigga. But it's
Shit.
like
even if, nigga, what did the other 32 niggas got to do with it, bro?
that's what I'm
What does the
saying.
other 60 people got to do with it?
Nigga, that's even a better lawsuit right there, man. You
What,
go over
right.
there like, yo, look at this. This is your employee talking to me like this.
Get her fired.
Oh, yeah.
Get her fired.
Fool. Yeah, get her fired type shit. Don't go in there and fire
You're telling
niggas. nigga.
everybody to die that, you know, it has, like, come on, bro.
Man, fuck this. Hey, man, that'll be it for today's video, man.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
We out. Peace.